playing a ZVP. Action, is that a smile? Action, gangsters don't smile. Stop it. Stop it.
그런 점에서 요즘 연패와 동시에 KT의 저그들이 많이 이렇게 좀 다운이 돼 있습니다. 오늘 김성재 선수가
Who is he going to be playing?
이제 고강민 선수가 일단 한 경기를 잡아냈기 때문에 자신도 KT의 저그로서 승리를 따져야 될
the illustrious.
얻고 나왔습니다.
Hold on, what pronounces does STX have? It could be Shuttle. It could actually be Shuttle. No, it's gonna be Deer. Okay. Alright. Action versus Deer. Both these players getting their weaker matchup. Although in Deer's case, I guess he has two weaker matchups. So Deer is kind of a PvT. Wow, hold on. Did that just show him as 0 and 4 in Broodor? I think it did. I think he's 0 and 4 in Broodor this season, so that's not so good. But of course, he was the second, or wait, no, the first person last season to break Flash's win streak. Or I guess he was the person, rather. It doesn't make sense to say first person in that situation. He was the guy who broke Flash's ridiculous, like, 15-game win streak or whatever. So yeah, but I mean, he's essentially a PvT specialist, and so he's not going to do so hot against Action. But then again, Action ZBP, I believe, is also his worst matchup. So it's going to be kind of like, yeah. We're basically going to be watching like a slop fight here between two meh players at this matchup. Although I do quite like Action though, on a personal note. So I mean, he is one of the most handsome pro gamers. For sure. Alright, so Action spawning as the red Zerg in the top left. Deer spawning as the brown Protoss in the top right. We are on Jade.
스타1으로 신인왕까지 받았었던 백동준 선수가 이렇게까지 스타1에서 우승을 하게 될 줄은 뭐 팀 입장에서는 상상도 못했겠죠. 예, 그렇기 때문에 이제 백동준 선수에 대한 어떤 그
The Overlord is actually going in an interesting direction. It's going towards the middle of the map. So it looks like he's doing that scouting pattern where he wants to look for the incoming probe, and he'll just have a gander at which direction it comes from, and if he sees one, then he'll know exactly where his opponent spawned. And if not, then he can just pick a direction. Yeah, nice cheerful. Was that cheerful actually like pasted on some cardboard or something? There was like something behind it. It's like they got some poster board or something and pasted it there. Ooh, look at this, no probe scout coming out. And apparently that guy's Hulgarius. Is that guy, can somebody confirm that that's actually Hulgarius? Because that'd be pretty awesome. Epic beard guy. He had an awesome hat yesterday, or not yesterday, over the weekend too, at WCS. Yeah! Wow, there are like almost as many white guys in this crowd as there are Asians. Look at that! That shot had like 5 white guys in it, what the hell? Oh my god, the foreigners have taken over! Taken over. And looks like the Overlord is actually going to go in the wrong direction, and we are just going to have a blind 11 Nexus here. Now, this is actually a safe build. Okay, so what you do is, you go 11 Nexus, 11 Forge, and you're actually safe against everything except a 9 pool. You're safe against an overpool, a 12 pool, a 12 hatch, obviously, and you get a super nice economy compared to if you just gone for the Forge and gone for, or just scouted earlier and gone for a Forge. That's a pretty awesome flash portrait. But yeah, you have to do them both on 11, by the way. You can't be like, oh, well, 12 Nexus works in PvT, I might as well 12 Nexus. No. If you 12 Nex and 12 Forge, Overpool will actually kill you. If you 11 Nex, 11 Forge, your cannon will be done like right in time for the Zerglings. And the reason he's going Gateway before cannon here is because his probe went in and he saw the hatchery first. Saw the 12 hatch from Action, so he's like, oh, well, I guess I don't need the cannon then, so I'll just go Gateway. So yeah. But of course, this build is not safe against 9 pool, so you're kind of gambling. You're like, well, I hope he doesn't go 9 pool, because then I'm dead. And we have seen a couple of times in Pro League, I think in Pro League, where the Protoss does this and the Zerg actually does go 9 pool, and he's just like, ah, shit. Because you know, unfortunately, probes are not quite as good as SCVs, so you can't just be like Flash and just 14 CC and win against 4 pool. He just kind of... Man, I was actually staring at that sign. That was a Gundam base sign. I actually went to the Gundam base that's in the same mall there. It's actually awesome. They have like this giant store that's just full of Gundam. It's like only Gundam. It was pretty crazy. Anyway. So what's going on here? Okay, Action has taken the bottom left national as his third. Standard stuff. It looks like Probe's gonna wander in here, gonna have a look, say, oh, okay, there it is. What? What is that Ling doing? Oh, Action still doesn't know where his opponent spawned. Oh, okay. So now the Overlord's gonna see the wall and be like, oh, okay, so that's where he is. And he's going up to Lair. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. But look how fast that Stargate is, actually. Well, actually, no, is that normal timing? I was gonna say that's fast, but no. Actually, that's... Just thinking relative to the Lair timing, I actually didn't see when the Lair started. That actually might be normal. Never mind, false alarm. It does feel slightly fast. I think because he went Nexus first and then went Gateway before Cannon. I think his tech would be slightly faster than usual, but yeah. Nothing game changing. So. Zealot poking around. Looks like we have Stargate Citadel. Standard mid game. Let's see if he goes for Corsair Speedlot or if he just goes for Templar. You know, those probes actually doing a good job staying alive. It's like almost, he's got 1 HP left. And he saw 6 Zerglings produced. Which does not always happen. A lot of times Zerg's trying to get away with 4. Oh, wow, that is so crucial. He sees 2 extra Lings and he sees speed. He's going to build an extra cannon and block his wall for sure now. He has to do that. Actually, he might have 2 cannons already, I'm not sure. But he almost certainly wants a second cannon here and to block his wall a little bit better. Actually, I don't know. That's a very tight wall. You might not even need a second cannon there. Yeah, it looks like with the 2 Zealots there, that's a completely tight wall. Actually, maybe he doesn't need a second cannon. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't need a second cannon. But seeing that fast speed, seeing those extra Zerglings is definitely suspicious. But the thing is, I mean, that's all indicative of a run-by from the Zerg. But in that position, though, in top right and bottom left on this map, the wall is so nice and so easy to do that I can't imagine how Action thought that would be a good idea. I mean, I guess because Trap was being aggressive, or sorry, not Trap, Deer. Deer was being aggressive with his initial Zealot, so Action was like, well, maybe he'll like poke out too far, and I can just surround him, kill off his Zealots with the Speedlings, and then run into his main. But it looks like, you know, having seen that, Deer's like, oh, well, alright, I'm not going to poke out too far now. That was surprisingly uneventful. But it looks like Action is still going to poke a little bit, and he has gotten a quick 4th base here at the bottom left. Seems to be the standard now for Zergs to take that fast 4th. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of taking another natural as your 3rd, is that you get a protected 4th base. But you know, in the past, players didn't delayed that 4th base a little while. You know, back when 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra was kind of the go-to. People took the 4th a lot slower, but nowadays people doing that greedy 4th base, going off to 6 hatches, all that good jazz. Where's Harm? Is Harm here? I'm sure Harm would love to tell you guys all about it. He's a Zerg aficionado. Is that how you pronounce that word? Aficionado? I'll just say fan. Fuck long words, man. He's a Zerg fan. Fanboy. Fanboy, that's a 6-letter word. Yeah. Ha. Anyway, Speedlot's running out here. And Action, has he made any Sunkens? He actually hasn't made a single Sunken. He has a SimCity there, but no Sunkens behind. But there's not that many Speedlots, so he's going to poke in here and be like, oh, alright, I can't really get anything done, so I'm just going to go home. It looks like there's some Sunkens actually at the 3rd here. So, oh, okay, that's actually a good choice. So Action, he was making all the units from those 3 hatches at, just main as natural. So he's like, okay, so I have plenty of defense at my natural, I don't need to make Sunkens. I'll just make a couple here at my 3rd, and I'll be fine. And that's, and he's exactly right. So we have a 5th and 6th gateway going up for the Protoss. He's getting Goon range already, as well as some Dragoons. Ooh, is this going to be some kind of 2-base Goon timing? That is very interesting. Those Dragoons, I mean, does he even have a Templar yet? He doesn't have a Templar yet, does he? That's definitely, that definitely feels like some kind of 2-base all-in here, some kind of 2-base timing. This is curious. But the thing is, I feel like the timing's already gone though. It's like already too late. Also, I don't think you're supposed to get Corsairs when you do this. Are you supposed to get Corsairs? I can't remember. Yeah, he's definitely going for a Goon all in here. That's very... okay. This feels a little bit late already. Like, he hasn't even moved out yet, and I think it's already too late. But I don't know. We'll see. Can he do it? I don't know. Because Action, his fourth base is already mining now, so he's going to start switching into mass Hydra production. And Dragoons are actually not very good against Hydras. The whole point of this kind of attack is that you... oh, he really doesn't want to show these Dragoons. The whole point of this attack is you hit as the Zerg, well actually, okay, there's a couple of variations, but the variation that seems to work best is you do a very fast, like, 2-base Dragoon timing, and you hit as the Zerg has not switched into Hydra production yet, or just as he's switching. So basically, the way Zerg works is you want to drone as hard as possible before making units. So Zerg does drone, and then at a certain point he's like, okay, now the Protoss is going to start attacking me, now I make units. And the 2-base, like, Dragoon timing is designed to hit right as the Zerg decides to do that, to switch into unit production, and so he doesn't actually have enough Hydras yet. But anyway, oh man, great job baiting out those storms, killing one of the High Templar, sacrificing only a handful of Hydras there. Good job by Action. That's really going to hurt this attack. Oh, he's going to kick the other High Templar too. What the hell? Wow, poor control. Wow, this is terrible control by Deer. Anyway, it looks like Deer, this is actually a much later timing here. He's actually waited for High Templar, so he's not just going to have only Dragoons. He has a decent number of speed lots. He has a couple of High Templar supporting it, but it is still, the Dragoons are really the backbone of the army. So he is still trying to do like a big, strong mid-game push here, but as I said, that's a lot of Hydralisks out. That's a lot of speed lots as well, but I think that might be too many Hydras. Looks like, oh, he does get a good storm off, and Action doesn't pay attention, loses 5 Hydras there, but the Hydras at the south are doing much better, picking off a lot of those speed lots, but actually it looks like Deer might have enough to break through here. He does actually have enough to break through, but there's going to be a lot of Hydra reinforcements coming out, and the Protoss reinforcements are going to be a lot slower. I mean, Action has 6 hatch production here, and doing some good control with these Hydras picking off these Zealots. Even if Deer slowly whittles away this army, is it going to be enough? More Zealots coming in, but more Hydras as well. And the thing is, as this 4 Dragoons goes down, it's going to be really weak. Yeah, Deer, even though it looks like he might kind of win the engagement, has lost the bulk of his forces here. All those expensive gas units as well, the Templars, the Dragoons are all gone. He's got only speed lots remaining, so that is not good here. Look at this Action even being fancy, microing down that last Dragoon. Oh, he's going to micro it away! Action being super cute with those Hydras. So Deer now taking his 3rd base, but this failed attack, I think, has kind of cost him probably the game. Because, you know, the Zerg's got his 4-base economy in full swing. You know, he's massing out these Hydras. Deer might, I don't know, Deer might be able to hold on to that 3rd. If he can hold on to that 3rd, he might be okay still. But, oh, look at this. We have some mutas actually coming out for Action. Gonna run in and most likely just try and snipe down all the Templar and make his Hydras even more effective here. Actually, is there any anti-air defense in the main? Because after sniping down all the Templars, he can actually just run straight into the main base. Looks like there's only 1 cannon, no more Corsairs being produced. And here we go, the mutas are going in. There's only Zealots on High Templar here. Oh my god! Action with a great choice here. He knew that his opponent had lost all those Dragoons. He had no anti-air, of course, not enough gas to replenish all those expensive units. He had only Zealots, and all the High Templar go down. Now the Zealots are completely undefended. They have to run home. Oh man, great decision there by Action to do that muta switch. A lot of times Zergs will do that anyway to pick off High Templar, but they'll do it when the Protoss still has like Dragoons and Corsairs and anti-air, so they might be able to pick off a couple of High Templar, but they're really relying on getting a little bit lucky and also having good muta control to make it worth it. But in this case, it wasn't that. Like, there was no risk at all. Action knew exactly what was going on. He knew that Deer would not have enough gas to replenish all those Dragoons and whatnot, and would not have enough anti-air. He'd most likely just be making Zealots and Templars to defend against the mass Hydralisks. And so to switch into mutas there was really quite brilliant. And now we just have a bunch of Hydras coming in here. I gotta say, Hydras are... goddamn. Action's Hydra control has really been quite good this game. Actually, just his overall control in general. I mean, it's kind of highlighted by Deer's not so good control as well. But yeah, good job by Action. And I think he's gonna just try and force down this base. Yep, Hydra's coming in from both sides there. A couple of storms going down, but I think Deer's just gonna lose that base. He might even just lose all his army as well if he commits to defending this. No, it looks like sending in some units to the top, but Action is pulling him every which way here. This looks almost like an SD2 ZVP, where the Zerg is just, you know, slamming in roaches left and right, forcing the Protoss to split up his forces. Except he's doing it with Hydralisks here. And oh, it's like a couple of Hydras kind of randomly go off there. But oh, looks like Lurker's even morphing there at the natural. Should snipe down that High Templar. And well, actually, I mean, Deer is holding this off. This, you know, as the Hydra numbers go down, this is becoming increasingly less cost effective. But no, there comes some more Hydras, and when those Lurkers pop, actually, it's gonna be really, really bad. I haven't seen an Observer anywhere here. I don't know if I don't know about the Robo timing. Presumably, it's the Robo at least is finished. The DT is coming out. I thought there was an Overlord here. Yeah, it looks like the Robo is done. Shuttle is out. An Observer is not out quite yet. And actually, Deer is just holding on just by the skin of his teeth. This is so close here on edge. Like, Action is always on the verge of breaking through, and then Deer kind of comes out and holds off again. Looks like the Lurker's finished, but the Observer is out. Can he snipe down the Lurkers? He will snipe down. No, he won't get the last Lurker before the Observer is sniped. And look at this Action continuing to morph more Lurkers here. That one-hit Lurker left, just doing massive damage to all the Protoss units. This is getting really difficult for Deer. It looks like, oh man, a 12-kill Lurker at the third as well. All the probes gone from the third. I think this is looking very grave for Deer. It was already looking great for him. I mean, I thought for a second there, he looked like he might barely hold on, and it still looks like he might barely hold on. But having lost all those probes, having not mining from his third, can he keep up with the 4-base production of the Zerg, though? Pretty sure the answer is no, especially because these Lurkers just keep morphing, and his composition right now is primarily Zealots. He doesn't have the gas to be making everything, to be making Dragoons, High Templars, and Observers. And wow, for a second I thought the screen just crashed. That would have been really scary. I don't actually have the backup stream open right now. So if this stream dies, we are boned. Hold on, let me just open up Esports TV because it looks like we're lagging it up here. Ooh, what the hell is that? Alright, I don't know. I opened up the Esports TV stream and I got like a Special Forces VOD or something. Oh man, that was scary. Anyway, Lagu. But I think Deer's pretty much dead either way though. I don't think he can hold on. Yeah, GG from Deer. And Action takes game number 3. And KT Rolster will take the Broodor part of this best of 7 series. Or best of 7-ish, I guess. It's a best of 3 of best of 3s. Kind of? Not really. What the hell do you call this format? I don't even know.